to one of our international races today. It's just going off the start line, the Stonor Challenge Trophy for international women's double sculls. We've got Spain on the left-hand side of our screen, and we've got Whiting and Matthams of Rob Roy Boat Club on the right-hand side of our screen.
This is one of the joys of Henley Regatta, isn't it? You go from a sort of junior development sculling race up to the international standard, and it's just brilliant. You know, one race after another, you get the real extremes of that, of just how good the standard is across the age range and development range of this sport.
Yes, some of these crews will want to try and qualify, and that's what's happened here with the Rob Roy crew. And
we've got a little bit of dramatic steering happening right now. This ideally shouldn't be happening between two doubles.
Good catch, Catherine. I just looked down for 1 second, and they veered off course quite strongly there.
As we know, these are coxless boats, which means the athletes within them will be steering the boats. Now, in a double scull, there's usually not a rudder, so it's not someone with actually a steering foot. It's actually on pressure, left and right side. That's how you steer the boat. And what can happen is, again, in that very, very fast, adrenaline-filled point of going from standing still in a start to flat out full speed, is that you can get the imbalance. And what we saw there was the crews moving towards each other.
And also, for those of you that might have rowed in this course, or those of you who haven't, you're starting behind this island here. You can see Temple Island there. That's an island in the middle of the Thames. So you're going from a very quiet spot alongside the island, and you're coming out, and then suddenly the bank moves away from you. And maybe if you've not picked a good spot on the horizon, you have no idea where you are. So Rob Roy are moving over again. I think they're not impeding anyone because they're behind, but the Spanish crew have gone out hard, and they are going to control this race from the front.
And again, in this match racing, it is one of the advantages. We talk a lot, obviously, about the sort of psychological advantage of getting ahead and watching the opposition behind you. But actually, what you also get is you sort of stay out of trouble. So if there's any risk of the boats coming together, and usually, like most rowing races, there's no line of buoys between the two competitors. So the crews can come together more than in other normal races. And actually, what the Spanish have done brilliantly is just get out of trouble.
And they really are a classy crew, this Spanish crew here you're seeing on the left-hand side of your screen there as we look down the course. They came 6th at the European Championships this year. They're one of the standout crews of the world, really. So we're looking at an incredibly experienced stroke person, a bow person there. Cid I, she has raced at... Actually, she's in the bow seat. That's incorrect on mine. She's in the bow seat, Centellas, and she has raced at the last 3 Olympic Games in the pair. So that's with 1 oar. She switched back to sculling, which is what she did earlier on in her career at the Junior World Championships, and jumped back into this double now. And really, really leading light of Spanish rowing. She's been there, she's been consistent, and trying her hand at sculling.
Well, it's interesting. We see the Rob Roy crew again. I mean, they're moving almost slightly to the opposite side of the centre from where they normally have been. So I think there is a little bit of a steering issue there, just giving themselves a bit more work to do. Again, like the race before, we talk about how efficient you can make any boat feel. And the more you have to steer, the more it sort of takes a little bit of energy and time away from your focus. But Rob Roy have got into a very good rhythm. They've really settled. They know, again, they've got a big gap to try and make up, and it's going to become harder as they get closer towards the end. But they've got a lovely rhythm there. They're moving very well together. I do have a soft spot for watching doubles, I won't lie.
She wasn't bad in a double scull, Catherine Granger, that's for sure.
It was a while ago now, but it's, you know, there is this wonderful thing about small boats, and, you know, it's timing and it's rhythm, and it's just getting that teamwork just perfectly right in this very kind of intimate, very, you know, interdependent, the two of you athletes together, and you have to be of the same mindset and in very, you know, 1 or 2 words be able to communicate everything you need to when you're coming down this sort of race to make decisions and to react in the way you need to. And we've got 2 outstanding crews showing us how it's done.
It's great to see the Spanish double here. Centellas in the bow seat, giving some of that knowledge to her younger counterpart, Jarama Diaz, there in the stroke seat. And hopefully we're going to see more of them this year in the international scene. If you want to see a little bit more of Centellas, she actually appeared on Cross's Corner, Martin Cross told me earlier, so there's a long in-depth interview of her, and we might hear more from her this week, because we love to see these international crews here, and great opportunity for this Rob Roy double to come up and try their hand against them, but at the moment completely outclassed by this international crew.
And all the angles we're seeing, it's just a really good insight into how we can move these small boats so well. There's hardly any dip at the edge when you're looking at the bow ball there coming towards us, that end of the boat. is running really quite smoothly. The trim is running nicely with the water. So they're not, you know, as they're moving forward and back, they're not dropping the boat up and down. They're just keeping that speed very consistent, very smooth, not interrupting the flow of the boat. And that's what's creating this incredible efficiency as well.
It looks easy, doesn't it, when it's done really well? It looks like it's barely any effort, but they put a lot of effort in down this course.
It's incredible, isn't it? All sport should look easy when it's done very well. We don't always make it look easy.
I do not like that in double scull, let me tell you that. But yeah, very classy rowing from the Spanish here. I think probably get to enjoy it a little bit. A few claps down the enclosures. You know they've done what they should have done today and taken Rob Roy out on that Thursday of Henley Royal Regatta. But great fight from Rob Roy. They're still absolutely blazing it to the finish line, so great to see. Keep that distance as small as possible, because that's what's going to be written down in the history books. A lovely fight there from Martha Whiting and Lara Matthams. So that's a win in the Stonor Challenge Trophy for Spain over Rob Roy.